As a gamer, I love to win. We all do. There's nothing like seeing your name high up on the scoreboard. It's what keeps us in the game. But there are gamers out there who don't play by the rules. Using game hacks is as old as gaming itself. But since the mass take-up of competitive online gaming, the impact of hackers has become game-changing, and the industry to help and hinder them very lucrative. I'd never actually use hacks in a real game, but for the purpose of this story, I've uploaded a number of Battlefield 3 hacks that I'm going to try out on an online server. Never used them before, so I'm not exactly sure how it's going to make me feel. Let's find out. Popular hacks available today include increased running speed and jumping height, allowing players to walk through walls, and even revealing an entire map. For this game in particular, I'm using an ESP hack to show player locations, an aimbot to automatically target them, and a Satan mode that lets me wipe out the entire opposing team with just the press of a button. Okay, that was interesting. I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel really bad. I copped a lot of abuse and I even got kicked from the server. But at the same time, I was in complete control and I was at the top of the scoreboard the whole time. Gotta be honest, that felt pretty good. So why then would someone want to use hacks? Is it they just want to be the best at a game? Maybe they don't have enough time to level up like everyone else. Or is the answer more complex? Is there a darker motivation?
So, get your fangs out, Hawkins. We're hunting big game today.
I just use hacks to piss people off in games. I mean, there's always those people that take the games a bit too serious. I mean, I don't really care about stats or achievements or any of that stuff. I'm actually what you call a rager.
And by rage, we mean don't caring about what other people think about you hacking, just causing havoc on servers.
We stand here. We destroy the invaders or die trying.
Not everybody's like that. I mean, some people just want, I guess, a slight advantage while they're playing the game. I personally don't understand it. I can't imagine, putting myself in a situation where winning is virtually guaranteed. I can't see any fun or enjoyment out of that.
I don't hide what I'm doing, but why would I? I make the hacks, I want to sell them.
I like to use hacks because I like a more casual gaming experience, so it gives me the edge in the game to do well without having to actually work too hard.
Crafting these hacks used to just be a bit of a hobby for these rule-breaking gamers, but now we've got premium dedicated websites that offer powerful and undetectable hacks, for a price of course.
I realized I could make this a job back when the industry was starting to get up. This is now a full-time job for me, making game hacks, and I'm still fond of it.
The reason the hacker group makes a hacking tool is because of money. In China, one of the biggest hacking group has about 100 hacking developers. So they are now becoming like organizations.
These days, people will write a hack and maybe send it to just one person that paid $100 for it.
For big game developers, cheating has become a huge issue with no clear solution in sight. For example, last year's shooter Red Orchestra 2 is just one of many games to be targeted by hacks.
The initial reaction was kind of like, oh wow, we're actually big enough now to have lots of hackers targeting us. And then, there's a lot of anger. You get mad that someone is messing with your game. You get mad that somebody's messing with your community.
But in response to this underground culture, an entire industry of anti-hacks has also sprung up. Punkbuster, VAC, HackShield, and these organizations are constantly trying to play catch-up with the hackers, getting access to heavily guarded hacks, finding out how they work, and protecting the overall integrity of online gaming.
Tripwire has to put a lot of time and resources into hack prevention, unfortunately, which really could probably be better spent elsewhere, like making the game better.
The most difficult part is monitoring hacking forums, because they are releasing a new brand hacking tools every day or every hours even.
The only way that game developers could feasibly prosecute hackers would be to sue them for breach of their terms and conditions, or to prosecute them under the criminal code, which would have to mean they were in Australia and subject to the law, or they could be found and prosecuted under the law. And for those two things to be worthwhile, that has to be the most efficient way of achieving the result you want. I think so far, games developers have opted for the practical solutions rather than the legal solutions.
It's really difficult to go after hackers primarily because they usually set up their base of operations in countries that are difficult to sue people in, like Russia or China. Another problem is that the governments don't really take this hacking stuff seriously. The one time that I know of that a hacker really got gone after was he had hacked a lot of games, and then he hacked in and started stealing credit card information. And as soon as he did that, then the government's considered it a real issue.
Hacking isn't something I think I ever want to try again, but it has opened my eyes to how different an online experience can be, for better or worse. So whether you consider yourself a hardcore hacker or you're an enraged victim of hacks, there's no denying that hacking is big business, which probably means it's here to stay.